Guitars or no guitars? Have I decided? Time for another Building Noise Marines update. Oosh! Saved by Slaanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another Saved by Slaanesh episode, and in this one I'm going to show you some more work that I've been doing on the Noise Marines. Before that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Okay, so before I go table down, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the fantastic comments and feedback that I got on last week's episode, where I was discussing whether I should use guitars on the Noise Marines. Now, it's fair to say that the vast majority of people thought that I should use guitars, and it's also fair to say that out of those majority people, most of you said that I should be putting them on the champions. Now, I have had a good long think about guitars on my Noise Marines, and I have to be honest, I still haven't decided. Now, I've got a few thoughts about the guitars, and I will talk about them as we go table down and also look at the work that I've been doing this week. Okay, so here we go. Right, I put in 7 hours of work into these Noise Marines, bearing in mind that obviously I'm painting the Demon Princess at the same time. So yeah, about 7 hours work, and I've managed to complete the arms on 12 guys. Now, I know that doesn't really sound a lot, but you'll find out why it's taken me so long in a second. First of all, I just want to chat about the guitars. So yeah, the guitars. I'm really not sure. I sort of had it in the back of my mind that the champion wouldn't necessarily have the guitar. I was thinking maybe just be like just a normal guy, a bit like, say, a flag bearer would have the flag. You know, someone that's probably not actually that great at fighting would probably just be playing the guitar. A bit like maybe Mad Max, you know, where the guy is on the front of the truck and he's like with the big speakers and stuff, and then obviously the hardcore guys go out and do all the fighting. So that was in the back of my mind about putting the guitar on maybe just a normal guy with a sonic gun. But yeah, a lot of other suggestions as well. I had the suggestions of using the guitar with the big sonic gun, which would mean like these guys just here. Now, actually looking at that, the guitar is pretty small compared to either that sonic gun and indeed the big sonic gun. Plus, I've got these very cool Spellcrow sonic guns that I want to sort of incorporate into the army because they look really cool. So I think I've disregarded that idea. However, I've been thinking about the champion idea a bit more, and maybe the more I think about it, the more that does make sense, because it could be quite good for WYSIWYG purposes. So if these guys are holding a guitar rather than, let's say, an axe or a power weapon or whatever weapon I'm going to put on the champions, it means that guitar can be sort of a counts as. It could be a counts as power sword or a counts as axe. So I don't necessarily have to make the model sort of magnetised with all the different weapon options or something. I could just have the guitar and that would be the weapon of choice that's in my army list. So I thought actually it might be quite useful from that point of view. As I said, I'm still not 100% sure, but the more I think about it, I think the more I quite like the idea of having the guitar on the champions. Right, okay, so now we're going to go and have a closer look at all of the conversion work that I've been doing. Okay, so the first set of 6 that I've done the arms on. Now these guys here I'm calling my righties, so they all are right-handed and they're holding the sonic weapons in their right hand. Now I had to do quite a bit of conversion work with that right hand, mainly using pistol guns. So I had to cut the pistol off, then cut the handle off of the sonic weapon and obviously glue their hands on. And I tried to use a variety of different arms, some straight arms, some bent arms, and some arms that are sort of bending inwards over their chest, just to try and get loads and loads of different poses. Okay, so for the second arm I decided to put pistols on them. Now of course the models themselves are holding pistols as well as the sonic guns. I'm not going to have every single model holding pistols, but I'm going to have around 12 models holding pistols. So this is the first set of 6, and what I did is I went in, I drilled out the gun barrels, and again I had to modify some of the arms. Now most of the arms that you see there are from the chainswords. So I cut the chainsword out, left the hand in there, and then I cut the pistol off of the other arm on the right hand side and obviously glued them together to give me a left-handed pistol arm. There was 1 or 2 arms that I had in my bits box, which I think are from the Chaos Khorne Berserker arms, and they actually had some left-handed pistols, so that was quite nice, but I only had a couple of those. Okay, so this is the next set of 6, and I'm calling these my lefties. So they've all got the sonic gun in their left hands, and once again I had to modify those chainsword arms, a couple of pistol arms that I had, etc., to hold that big gun. Now this guy coming round, he's my Saved by Slaanesh guy. Oh! Saved by Slaanesh. Yes, look at him. Love that pose. Very, very cool. Yeah, and then the pistols on the right hand side. So again, this set of 6 going to have pistols on. And once again, I drilled out the barrels and just modified some of the arms. I cut a few of them off at the wrists so I could rotate the weapons. Actually, I did that on both the sonic guns and on the pistols as well. I tried to make every single model have a different pose if possible. I think I did it. I think they're looking really cool. I would love to know what you think, and of course I've got loads and loads of more work to do. Now the other Marines that I've got left to do, I've got 12 more just normal guys, and they're going to be my free reign models. So I'm going to try and do some really cool poses. I'm going to add some more sort of chaos tainted pieces to them, like the Spellcrow claws that I've got, maybe a few other bits and pieces or tentacles, etc. So I'm going to make them a little bit more oddball over these. And of course I've got the champions to do and the big guns, and I'm going to again try to give them all different poses, etc. So I'm really, really happy. I hope you like them. Loads more work to do, but making good progress. Beam me up.